out from Saint-Feliu-de-Gouchol and then back again, including a final circuit featuring 2 intermediate sprints. Bigger fish to fry, a high-paced introduction along the harbour side before, of course, yet more climbing. Little ramps, really, apart from anything else, but nasty gradients of around about 6% very, very late on. So our breakaway was done for. Meanwhile, our focus turned once again to our finale. Into town they came with various corners to contend with, but that final pickup to the line must have felt like a mountain. Roglic went for it, had Evenepoel finally upon his wheel. Ethan Hayter was in the frame as well. Evenepoel, trapped too far back by the corners, really made a great vault up on the barriers. Space did open up for him, but he had to work the road an awful lot, and all the while Roglic himself was heading straight for the line. Shoulder to shoulder they were once they crossed it, but Roglic took it, the world champion, bashing his bars in frustration at the line. Our leader, the Tirreno-Adriatico winner, Primoz Roglic. Evenepoel, though, got close, was the fastest finisher, but was out of position and not happy. Roglic offering up commiserations. Evenepoel getting used to the idea he'll be wearing the young rider's jersey, which is the orange bands. Roglic in the green ribbons of the winner and leader of this race. Play the game. Just look at the terrain. Climbing progressively through. Just under 9 kilometres to go then, and still Soudal Quick Step were punishing. But would they end up punishing themselves? We've seen many a team get it wrong by investing too much too early. They sailed by the coaches that would take them home. And then heading for home, Remco Evenepoel. And who would have the mettle to go with? Primoz Roglic, of course. Would it be a 2-up race? And if it was, would it be a disappointing one? Absolutely not. But yes, it was. Ha! What a drive by the pair of them. Asking for a turn. Evenepoel constantly demanding something of Primoz Roglic. But just look at this, inside the last kilometre. And Evenepoel said, OK, if you're not going to help, I'm going to help myself. It came to that final hairpin. And around it he was to sail. The question is margin. Roglic at this point was holding on, knowing that with bonus seconds factored in, there would be 4 seconds between them if Evenepoel won, which he did. But what was going to be the gap? Maybe that celebration right there cost him the leader's jersey, because it was a 2-second gap. He trailed by 6, but really this day was about Remco Evenepoel. Had a plan, made it stick, beautifully delivered. What a race this is turning out to be. 2 great riders, close to the top of their form if Evenepoel is not already there. Here's the stage as it finished, that 2-second margin plus the... Well, the final intermediate sprint would announce showtime at the Tour of Catalunya. Would Remco Evenepoel find that solitary second to deny Primoz Roglic the title? And the pace being set down in the valleys by Soudal Quick Step, working, of course, once again for Remco Evenepoel, trying to tire out the pack. Inclines started to pick up. Evenepoel went for it. Tried to shake off Roglic, could not do so. Marc Soler was the first to bridge over. Landa struggling to get onto his back wheel. Where was Almeida, we were asking ourselves, and where was Ciccone? Well, Soler, Evenepoel and Roglic locked together. Well, the radio call came up to those out front for Soler to wait up for Almeida. He was to join. Great effort by the young Portuguese and battling for a place on that podium, occupied of course by Ciccone, who was struggling. What would Soler and Almeida be able to offer up this group, and would they be allowed to take the day? It is of course Marc Soler's home area, and they were in softening up mode, but it was the young Portuguese that went for it. He went on the attack with less than a kilometre to go. Chasing him down instinctively, Remco Evenepoel, and sharing the duties with Primoz Roglic, who came to join the fun. Ultimately, it was down to the 2 men who really have defined the race. Almeida just distanced, and then surely it had to be Remco Evenepoel. 300 metres to go. He launched, but on his back wheel was Primoz Roglic. Never say die, Primoz, heading rather uncomfortably on the inside of every single corner, just making sure that Remco did not have full belief in his capabilities in the drive for the line. Starting the day level on time, don't forget. Roglic positionally with the advantage, and he extended that hugely here. In the last 50 metres, he gained 6 seconds over Evenepoel. Factor in the bonuses as well. And Roglic controls this race by a margin of 10 seconds. A spectacular day in Catalunya. One to behold, really. And absolutely the fact that Primoz Roglic is well and truly back to his absolute best. If you didn't know it after watching Tirreno Adriatico, then you certainly know it now, and so does everybody, including Remco Evenepoel. It had absolutely everything you could possibly want for a grand finale. Time to go racing then, 135. Stunning sunshine, a beautiful way to end the Tour of Catalunya, but everyone's mind's ice cold for the task ahead. Primoz Roglic, a man in charge, and as the laps counted down, so did it to launch for Soudal Quick Step and Remco Evenepoel. His teammates were shredded one after the other, and in the end, he knew that if he was going to help, he had to help himself. And away he went, but of course on his wheel, Primoz Roglic. The pair of them shot off, and in their wake, Marc Soler. It's been the same story for much of this race. And with just under 26 kilometres to go, the arguments began. Come on, let's do some work together. On for EF Education Easy Post, the Ecuadorian champion tagged the Colombian champion. Chavez had a dig, and so did this pair once again. Mountains points were going their way, and poor old Guillaume Martin had been in the break, closing the gap, helped by Adam Yates. Lack of team cohesion perhaps within UAE Team Emirates, but the real story was out front, and it had been for much of the race. What a pairing this had turned out to be. And in the end, when the line beckoned, it looked not exactly a gift, but certainly even Stevens between the pair of them. Our champion is Primoz Roglic. What a guy, what a race. And after Tirreno, he looks absolutely unbeatable. Remco Evenepoel asked if he could have expected more. He said, well, with Primoz Roglic in the house, you have to be content. Evenepoel takes the final stage to make it 2 stage wins for him. He also gets the Mountains jersey and the Young Riders classification. Yes, the orange ribbons belonging to Evenepoel. No shame in that. Overall, though, Primoz Roglic takes points and, of course, the GC, and a great deal of confidence going forward to the Giro.